Hello and welcome to April's edition of White Dwarf. We're here, it's another month gone already, can you believe it? Stay tuned to the channel tomorrow because I'll be releasing a whopping 3 videos. I hope you're enjoying the content, and I hope the increased number of videos is some kind of substitute for the delay of my army update video, which after this year I will be releasing one every single year. I keep getting asked about that. It is long overdue, and one of the reasons is because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I don't want to bring you the video with sort of unbuilt models or models that are in boxes, because I don't like the last video where I just had the sort of like Reaver Titan head. I don't want to say this is my entire army, however there are like 6 tanks over there that aren't built. So I want to bring you the video with all of my models. So let's open this White Dwarf. I've got a sneaky suspicion that this is going to be very Age of Sigmar heavy, dwarf wise and all the rest of it. So but we'll get to have a look at this new piece of terrain that Games Workshop have brought out. So this is April's edition. Got the usual suspects there. Welcome your new overlords, and they sometimes refer themselves as hobby millionaires because they get to see the latest releases first enough and get their hands on them. They're recognisable as Duardin and descendants of the dwarfs of old. So here they are. Wow, look at that, incredible. So Rise of the Skylords. Blades of Corn Battle Tome, £25, and then some War Scroll cards, and then this that was leaked a couple of weeks ago, the Shadow War Armageddon. This will cost you £90. It's a huge amount of money. It comes with very old miniatures, the very old orcs that were around when I first started the hobby about 20 years ago or so, the sort of like late 90s, and the scouts, which aren't as old, but they're still a good sort of 15 or so years old now. So unfortunately it comes with 2 old sets of miniatures, but this new scenery and some different coloured templates, but again they're the templates from many years ago. I do like this skull here, this humongous cyber skull. I would have preferred it if it was sort of £60, because I think Fortress of Redemption or the huge cannon, I've forgotten its name, I think that's about £60 or £70, and I think to have that as the same price and sort of have these miniatures and dice and templates as freebies would be great, but £90 is a fair bit, but we'll see. Sector Mechanicus, so you can buy these separate. It looks like they are just parts of it. I don't think there's anything new there. I think it's just that and that, which is a Alchemite stack or Ultramite stack, £30. And this is all readily available to pre-order this weekend on the 1st. And then a Galvanic Magnavent, which is that. It looks like. Doesn't look any different. So you can get it sort of separate. That's £45. So overall that's £75 for the parts separate. I don't think you get this this section here, this gantry. Doesn't look like you do anyway. And then you get a Ferrotonic Furnace, which I may be mistaken, but it looks like that bottom part of it right there, and that's 30. So overall, to get the whole set minus the gantry, it looks like anyway, £105. So you're saving sort of £15 by buying the set, and you're getting your troops, but I still think £90 is a fair bit. Of course, many other people will disagree with that. Citadel saw, knife and tweezers. They are £18, £18 and the tweezers are £8 respectively. Yes, they are charging £18 for a knife. You can get an X-Acto or whatever, but the saw would be quite handy, especially with Forge World models, but whether you can get one for less than £18 with all those bits is, you know, up to you. Their tools and their paintbrushes have always been expensive anyway. Talons of the Emperor. My review will be out tomorrow for that. It's very critical, I'll put it that way. That'll cost you £95. And if you're thinking about getting it, like I was thinking about getting it just for the codexes, it's not worth it just to get the 2 codexes. They're not really codexes, they're 24 pages, and they're about 4 or 5 pages of fluff, not much at all, and just literally like a couple or 3 data sheets each. It's not much at all. I was expecting, you know, HQ units, multiple formations, inclusion into the Gathering Storm, because I mean it's even got Gathering Storm on there, but alas no, it looks like a quick sort of money grab and a quick reshuffling of their existing stock in boxes into one box, just to save them some space, some storage space, which is a shame because they could have improved that. But check out my review tomorrow. Excellent looking model here though, the Kharadron tank. I think that's about £100, £105 from Forge World. It doesn't say how much it is here, but it's about that much. Another model from Forge World, Mazaral the Butcher, a Demon Prince of Khorne. Some new books. So you've got Primarch's Perturabo we're on now, Primarch's Prospero, Calgor's Fury, Dawn of War 3 book, and an audio drama, Daedalus. Video game news. So there's just a bit of an update about Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 3. Some contact information and feedback from the community. A guy in uniform with a White Dwarf. Bit of an advert for War Armageddon. A look back at Space Hulk and White Dwarf number 196 from April 1996. I don't know whether I was into the hobby then. Probably not. That's an interesting model there. And Kharadron Overlords. I do like the steampunk vibe, and with the chainsaw and things and the guns and just with this Mechanicus sort of feel, I think you could definitely use these guys as squats if they had the rules and things for them. But oh, we've got a double page spread here, look. I like the airship. I like all the airships. I mean, look at that. That's very well done. You could rip that out and use that as a poster. That's excellent. Or as a backdrop for a game. There you got some different types of units, the different guilds. Very, very steampunk sort of aesthetic, especially with the weapons. It's like a harpoon or skyhook. You got some carbines they're called, but they look like cannons. Great sky cannon there. Got an assault cannon. Call it a volley cannon. Yeah, very, very interesting army. And then big advert for Age of Sigmar, all the different box sets you can get. Destined Duel, so you're actually using sort of normal play cards. Quite interesting. Enemies of the Imperium, lovely bit of artwork. Will he survive? Who knows? Eldar attacking some Valhallan troops. So lots of battles going on against the Imperium here. Fantastic artwork. Is that a bad one there? Black Legion. And then we got a little battle report between the new army, Kharadrons, and some flesh eater counts, some vampire counts. Very colourful board too. Escape from Pharaoh Giant Alphas. So they made this huge model built up with all of the War of Armageddon set, even with like a landing pad as well. And you got the different kill teams, and then they have like a little battle on there with the orcs. Excellent narrative. And then you can introduce some Skitarii Ranger kill teams, and even Genestealer hybrid kill teams. No doubt there'll be other kill teams included in that at a later date. War on the Long Lake. Bit of Hobbit action. Some more for Blood Bowl. And then Tale of Four Warlords. They've actually built their models from their box sets and painted them. So you got the Space Marines, Astra Militarum, Chaos Space Marines, Eldar. I really like that. This terrain piece that they put there. They've filled one of those craters in with sort of like this hot, I think it's hot, sort of like hot spar, with some bubbles and some bubbles that have burst. Really effective. I'd like them to do a piece of a terrain piece special, different ways of making, you know, pools and stuff in these craters. That would be quite useful. Blanchitsu again. Very interesting model, that. Or like an amalgamation of different kits. Sky Serpents and Dark Eldar. Vibrant colour scheme. Sector Mechanicus. So building the stack. Platforms and walkways. Different colour schemes that get a really sort of rusted, corroded stack there. Colour scheme in paint splatter for your Kharadrons. Wow, look at that beast, incredible. So monster special. Little steam tank there. Some more beasts. Look at that horrific thing. Very horrific thing. What is that at the back controlling it? Is it controlling it? Horrific. I like that. That's very, very cool and effective. All these spirits. We have an advert for Warhammer Worlds and then some readers' models. I love the dust, the Mars dust around the wheels. And then the next White Dwarf will be on sale Friday the 5th of May. So it being the 28th of March, about five or so weeks to go. I'm guessing there'll be the Plastic Thunderhawk in May's edition, and I'm also guessing that there'll probably be a leak or something before May about it. There's rumours that it will be £125, £135. Known Games Workshop, I reckon they'll probably try and sell it for £150. But we shall see. But yeah, this one, not much in terms of 40k. So, I mean, other than a couple of pages about the, literally like one page about Talons of the Emperor and a few pages about the Shadow War Armageddon set. I mean, if you like Age of Sigmar and you like the new Kharadrons, then yeah, this book is definitely for you. But 40k fans, there's not going to be much content. There's this little narrative on this Pharaoh Giant, and there's a few new little rules and things. But but for 40k it's a bit lacking, and I think they're going to make up for it next month with probably a Thunderhawk special or something like that. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me for this April edition of White Dwarf. As always, put your thoughts and opinions down below. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.